Alright guys, we're starting out today's episode at the same spot that we started the yakking episode. However, today things are a bit different. Don't have the yak on the car today, so we'll be doing this mission by foot, and we'll be headed out in the opposite direction, over that way, walking in the shallows, flicking out, trying to catch flathead, brim, cod, jack, you know, the basic species here that we're after. I've already seen a bit of action with mullet and bait fish in the shallows, so I might even make a bit of a mullet trap pretty soon and then see my luck there. So let's head out. Got all my gear on, brand new tackle bag, got it from BCF, you already know the rules. So let's get this mission going. You already know that the mission's got to start with a bit of sunscreen, so already good signs of bait fish all around here. It's high tide, so it'll be dropping down slowly. Look at all the silver flashes. Got myself the Silver Minnow. It's got a few bite marks on the last few fish. And we are going to get our feet wet, so may as well get in. Well, we're just going to be flicking around, walking around, hopefully putting it in the way of a flathead. Something going on just beyond here, so I'm going to cast one right through it. Got the dog. That could be used as some bait, but something's just smashed its tail off. Look at that. That's a perfect bit of bait. You can see that's what they're going after. And you can see that the mullet are here. So I actually might keep this little dog and chuck it on a bit of bait, because he's going to get eaten anyway. He's got no tail. What's going on here? There we go. Now let's investigate. Oh, cheeky little brim came up. It's definitely, I presume these are the brim. They're here. The mangroves allow great spots for all the fish to go in and quickly duck and hide, and then also wait for when there's fish to eat, so they hunt in there too, which is why I'm casting along it. We have an old crab trap here, probably been there for a bit. Never check the traps if it's not yours. I'm sure that goes without saying, but yeah. Keep headed down here. Yep, there we go. First fish of the day. Now I'm only running very light, so I hope I can land this one. I'm not too sure what it is. It's a flathead. Beautiful, that's the target species of the day. Now they always do that little oh, and off he goes. But there you go, it was only a little one. That's the first flathead of the day, and that was just on a slow, medium to slow release, just as I started recording. Good stuff. Hopefully there's bigger brothers around. I'm headed out this way a bit. Just hooked that flathead just around that corner, and now I'm headed out so I can see just the edge of the weed bed. I would like to just put a couple casts in along the edge of it, if it doesn't get too deep. That's the plan. Alright, I've pulled upon a little bank and I'm going to change up my lure because I've had that one take on the flatty. Been casting it a lot, it's had a few hits, but I think I might just swap it out and try a bit of rotation. Hopefully you can get something better on. Alright, so what I've done is I've rigged up the old paddle prawn, and then I'm going to go flicking it out, and that's going to prevent, hopefully, the smaller ones and encourage, hopefully, the bigger ones. So let's send it out there, couple casts of the paddle prawn broth. Around this corner will be where I send me first cast. In here. Alright, so after that cast, kind of sat him up a bit. He got caught. So there we go. He's back in the action. It's getting a bit seagrassy. Right against the bank. Whoa. Something big just went in there. I reckon it could have been a shark. Let's try to cast one over to it. I did see something big shadow move in here to the shallows, so I'm just trying to figure out what it was. I feel like it could have been either A, a shark, or B, a stingray. I'm not seeing any signs of it, whatever it was. Oh, it smells like absolute bumhole in there. Absolute ringer. Ugh, I'm out. Nice and clear here. So while I've got this paddle prawn on, I think I'm going to head back over to this weed edge, see if there's no flatties just lying down, enjoying the cool water. Yeah, no surprise. More weed. If that happens one more time, I'm moving back over to the shallows, maybe even chucking a hard body. Cast towards the butterfly. I'm back at lure change up spot, and I'm going to switch out to maybe a small gold hard body. I'll show you what I mean in a second. This little boy, so the Azari gold one, I'm not sure other the name of it. Sweeper 70mm. This is what we're going to be chucking out, hopefully chucking it into a fish's mouth. So I'm just going to flick the whole way back around to the car, and then I'm going to go and make the mullet trap and do a bit of bait fishing and maybe a bit more flicking then. So we made it back around over to where we first started and over to where the car is. So we ventured all the way out there, quite far. Anyway, just a flathead for that area. Now I'm going to go over to the other side and set up a mullet trap for all these mullet down here. And I know, well, not right there on the other side, but I reckon we've got a good chance maybe to get something and just have a nice chill bit for a while. Got my bait. Now I'm going to send it out. Right there. Just like that. And in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to make a mullet trap. Now, I've never actually made one before, but I've watched and I've learned and I know how to do it. So I'm going to give it a crack for myself. So, first step, make sure that you can actually see a couple little mullies swimming around, bit of action, which I can do. There is a bit of mully action throughout here. And now the next thing that we're going to need is a glass bowl. Now what I've done with this is I've got a clear bag, cut a little hole in it, and I've just taped it around it, just like that there. So now what I'm going to do then is get a piece of bread, and then with this bread I'm going to mush it up, put it inside of that bowl, and then put that bowl in the water, and then what will happen is that will attract all the mullet. They'll swim in and then they won't know how to get out. So let me show you what I'm on about. Alright, so I've just got a little bit of water in the pan here, and I want to split this bread in half. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mush it into this water, make 1,000 little tiny bits, very milky looking. That's what we're aiming for. So we just put the bread in, mix it into a nice sludgy sludge like this. Next step is to just do the same thing and make more of this mush. And now with this little bit here, I'm just going to chum up the area where I'm going to be putting out my trap. So just really mush it up. Let the mullet know we're here. We're here. I've transferred all of that bread water into there, and now I'm just going to let that sit with a little bit of water over the top, and now I'm just going to wait for all the mullet to go jump inside. And this is great because now it allows me around 15-20 minutes of just chilling out, sitting down in my little camp that I've made up out of the sun, have a bit of water, might even flick the lure, but so far so nice. So it hasn't even been too long at all, and there's already a bunch of movement above the bowl. So I would say they're probably in there having a little fiesta. Not any action on that mullet, but hopefully with the live ones we'll secure a little fishing. So I've been sitting here for maybe about 10 minutes or so, and I've seen a bit of action happening above where the bowl is. Thinking about maybe moving the bowl and putting it over to my right side, because there seems to be a bit of an estuary. Lots of mullet in that little area and just here. So I'm gonna go get the bowl. Let's go see what we got. Alright, this is the moment of truth. Have we caught a single one? There's a crab. Oh! Did you look at that? I thought I didn't catch a single one. Turns out there is one. But there's one in there. There we have it. There's our first little mullet. It's not much, but it's honest work. So now I'm going to put this on as live bait and put the trap back out. Alright, so we're just going to get him and then hook him right behind in front this fin here. Alright, that's essentially all we're going for. And now we're going to send this little boy out. Come on, mate, do me well. I decided to go for a little walk, see if I can find any mud crab. Oh, this is sludge. No mud crab. Maybe I should flick the lure along here. Something to do. Yeah. Nothing on the mullet. I think I might grab the rod and just go for a little flick along the edge, just like I planned. Just can't help myself. back at camp. I've only had that action this morning with that one flatty, nothing since. So I'm probably gonna give it a couple minutes here, 15, 20 minutes, see if anything decides that it's hungry all of a sudden. The mullet are gonna love that. Well, I definitely need improvement on my mullet trap. However, did manage to hook up that one flathead, which was good fun. So I think I might end it there. I'm gonna pack up everything. I'm gonna head back into town. I'm gonna get some hungry jacks on the way as a defeat feed. However, I will be back again soon. Said however a lot. There we are. Everything's all packed inside the car now, so I'm gonna jump inside, then I'm gonna head to Hungry Jack's and go get a feed.